the next piece of pro wrestling related news that hit today, the day recorded Thursday, was a whole new batch of layoffs. I guess there have been the one piece of news that I think there was a comment on our IG last week in talking about the merger, because the one footnote was like there probably will be some type of layoff situation. There was no word on what sectors or who would get hit, but the thought was that they would be trying to clean house at some point. It's kind of what it is. But we'll just go through the names of people that they released today. I think it was Mustafa Ali who tweeted about it. He may have been the first one, and then Emma, and then like the word just hit. It was Rick Boogs, Aaliyah, Elias, Top Dolla, Riddick Moss, Shelton Benjamin, and Dolph Ziggler, which
I think is a shock.
Dolph was probably the biggest shock for a lot of people. Later on in the afternoon, there were a number of more NXT and WWE main roster releases, including Quincy Elliott, Yulissa Leon, Dana Brooke, Dabba-Kato, Bryson Montana, Shanky, Mace, and Mansoor. They all got laid off today. So, piece of them on their future endeavors. It's kind of crazy because Mimi, we were talking about this offline, and you mentioned it's kind of like we've not gone through a release situation like this in a minute. Has it been like a full year?
I feel like it's been longer than a year. I feel like it's almost like a year and a half to 2 years where it's been silent. I think they've been silently letting people go, but not in droves like this. This is the first, like, I feel like right before the pandemic is when we saw some of this stuff happen in the way it happened.
Those big numbers, those big blocks of people.
Yeah, that was disgusting then.
Yeah.
This is bad, but that shit was disgusting.
Yeah.
Right.
You're saying, Mimi, you think they were releasing wrestlers or
I think they did both, because they don't voice out everybody else. I think a couple of executives last week got let go that were announced like out there. So for sure employees were probably the week before, and now it's these guys, you know what I mean? And I've just never seen it like this, to the point where it was coming in like, it was like a rolling.
Yeah.
8 in the morning, and you think, okay, that's it, and then more comes, and then more comes. And I have to say, like, being in that type of environment, not knowing when the bleeding has stopped is the worst feeling ever.
I was gonna say, wait, Sean Tragedy said another wrestler got released 4 minutes ago.
Who
got released? I didn't see. We've been podding.
Crazy.
So
that's the part that makes it really, really bad, because you don't know when it's done. Like you're just like, okay, and even as an employee, like you're just like, okay, you go to sleep and you're like, okay, you come back in and you think your stuff is still on, and you're like, good, okay, great. Yeah. No, you got to wait till a certain time again.
Right.
That's crazy.
It's nuts. And that feeling is like it's the worst. No matter how strong you are, it is the absolute worst feeling, not knowing that you don't have control of your fate, especially when it's your livelihood.
Facts.
What's the
Alexis Gray got released as well.
Who's that?
Performer. She was in. I want to say she was part of Chase U in NXT. Black woman.
You're talking about.
I don't think she was a former sprinter who represented the Bahamas national team, but never made an in-ring debut.
So somebody school me as
Brooklyn
I'm absolutely clueless on WWE saying that they had this large or this record-breaking year, if I'm not mistaken, and then you fire all these employees right after that.
That's what it is.
Well, you have to also consider the fact that it's it's a merger. So there's
Right.
going to be a lot of overlap.
Okay.
Sometimes it doesn't happen this quickly when it comes to mergers, right? But we've been hearing about this for a very long time. So it could be a situation where they worked out where they have to calibrate the dupes that they have. You know, HR is always the first thing to be looked at. Then it's, you know, all the functions that don't produce are always the first ones that they look at.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I'm just really surprised that it came this early.
I mean,
Because in my opinion, I kind of felt like it was 2 different companies. Well, usually it takes like 3 months.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. There were times where there were situations at Complex where they'd be like, all right, you know, there may be like firings, like, all right, everybody's good, or nobody, it's not going to be anything that happens in like 6 months down the road.
Right.
Bing, 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 bing. Every
Because
Friday.
you gotta merge systems and figure out which one is the best one to use. Like there's continuous, you know, improvement things that need to happen, and then, you know, trying to figure out where's this and where's that. So it feels calculated. I feel like this felt calculated. I felt like they did it
knew
differently. Yeah, and
they
I
knew.
think that I personally felt like the companies are 2 different companies. So those supporting functions would have only been those types of functions that would have hit, but maybe not, right? Because this company operates a little bit differently than that company. You know what I mean? So it kind of felt like, well, I personally felt like they weren't going to have that many layoffs. And to see and hear, I'm like, oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. No,
I don't
shit is
know.
rough. Again, I think it is part of a regular business operation, which is what a lot of shouts to chat. A lot of people in chat are commenting on that.
Yeah.
I think the speed of it is definitely shocking.
Again, it was a week ago. Was it a week ago? It was a week ago.
It was last week. Mustafa Ali, I feel like there's probably a lot of untapped potential. I don't know if they really got a real return on the investment. And something tells me if like dare I say a New Japan or somebody who can really take the time and help him shine, that's going to be a good one for somebody. I'm not surprised that they let Shelton Benjamin go. It sucks because you know he could still do it. You could put a title on this man right now and he'll still hold that shit like a proud king would. But he been around for a minute. It's been a minute.
I was surprised by Shelton Benjamin as well.
Top Dollar just returned.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to say it was him and Emma. They said it had just returned last year, but you know, I think with a lot of people, even with like a Dolph Ziggler, I don't know. There's hands that are really good on the card, but I don't know if, and this could be their booking or what. It don't seem like they were properly utilizing all of that.
Right.
So what happens to the rest of what's his name? With Top Dollar going?
Hit Row?
Yeah.
I didn't see that B or
I don't want to put the hoodoo on him.
No, but I was expecting to hear when you see his name, you would have figured they would have, but who knows? That's why that's why I was wondering when Mimi said it before while I was thinking it. We don't know if this is done. They haven't announced
everything.
They haven't said we're done. They haven't said anything publicly. So I at least until we have it's been a couple days or something, but it feels like everything is raw.
Yeah,
and it don't feel like it's been completed. But and Kelly Pearson does have a point. I mean, they were trying to put Dana Brooke back on TV on NXT, but like
NXT was giving her a rough time, G.
You've
they
not
wanted nothing to do with her.
You've not heard Quincy's name in a minute. You ain't heard Quincy's name since there was that talk of him DMing with the fans and chatting.
Yeah.
Elias.
Wait, what happened with Quincy?
Quincy?
Yeah.
Quincy got caught with a not a finster, but a fitter.
Yeah.
And
Quincy had a fitter and a whole like groupie chat.
Yeah.
And was in there talking spicy about other pro wrestlers and screenshots started coming out.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
And ever since then, you ain't seen Quincy on TV in a minute.
Yeah, you ain't
seen
You ain't seen. I don't know if I could play the clip
like one
on
joint. I seen him with like one joint after that, and that
I ain't seen Quincy on NXT ever since Booker T said, "Oh my God, what is this?"
He was on main event. All right, rock.
He was on main event. That's interesting. Not that I watched main event.
I know I seen him. I seen him one time, legit one time after that, and I don't recall where it was. I guess it was main event. Really? Who Dempsey?
Dempsey said a lot of those wrestlers were also coming back from injuries. To be honest, when you don't see like Rick Boogs, I don't remember the last time I saw him wrestle. I feel like Shelton may have been out. I see. Dabba-Kato just came back though.
Man, that motherfucker's been in purgatory for a long time.
What?
Dabba-Kato shot by somebody the other day on NXT.
Wait. Is Dabba the same guy as General Aziz?
Yeah. Yeah, when the last time you seen him? He was on NXT for a few, but
he was?
Yeah, he was on NXT recently. Matter of fact, he fought what's a fucking Tyreek Evans and shit. No, not Shanky. He fought the little motherfucker. I can't remember these niggas' names no more. I'm old. What the fuck? The little nigga with the bald head. Shelton Benjamin Jr.
He got beat by somebody on NXT. Who was it? Dabba-Kato. They didn't work him right though. They were all wrong.
The majority of these motherfuckers is gone.
Matches. Tyler Bate beat Dabba-Kato on NXT.
Apollo.
Like 2 weeks ago. Yes. Yeah.
Beat him. What?
Like picked him up and slammed him.
No, he didn't. That man is big.
Yeah, he got beat like 2 weeks ago.
That was such conviction.
She don't believe me. Earlier today, she said, "How old is Rupert Murdoch?"
I did not believe
Rupert Murdoch is 100.
I said 92. She said, "No, he isn't."
Easy 100.
I said, "Let me know."
Easy. And I didn't even finish typing how old is Rupert Murdoch. I didn't even press the click. It said, comma, 92. I was like, oh.
Been around. This nigga's been around since the 1900s.
Since Kingdom Come.
Oh, bitch.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
That don't look like the strangest. Wow. That was a sign that he was not going to be around.
That was, shit. It was many a sign. He wasn't going to be around. It. His name was Bobby Tunde.
What?
He ain't going to be around long, Bobby Tunde.
His name was Bobby Tunde.
Dabba-Kato.
This is terrible.
Cal over there. Somebody playing Mortal Kombat in that motherfucker. Niggas is suplexing Cal connection. Oh, Jesus Christ. Poof.
Rock, you right. He may be called Big Strong Boy, but that's Dabba-Kato.
Dabba-Kato.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, it's a wrap though. Whatever. Hopefully everybody does well, can go somewhere if they can.
I don't want to see Shelton Benjamin in AEW.
Yep.
You may.
Nah, I don't. And I'm not saying that. I just don't want to see somebody that's, you know what I mean, with that stature and over there after he did so much over here.
Right.
Because it's nothing he's not going to be on TV there.
But y'all don't think, like, I guess the other question is who do y'all think lands somewhere sooner? Mustafa Ali? He could probably run in AEW tomorrow if you wanted him to.
Yeah, he fits in. He fits in well. I guess him, Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler's brother is over there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and Nemeth. I can't think of his name.
Nemeth.
Lemon Nemeth.
Yeah.
Dolph?
Yeah.
Dolph's brother's over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dolph's brother is there.
Dolph's brother was having issues with CM Punk, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Ryan Nemeth.
Ryan Nemeth.
Shout out to Cuz.
Facts, of course.
I don't know anybody else, dog.
Do they all have 90-day non-competes? I didn't see that part. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I feel like
I wouldn't be surprised either. I'm assuming all of them got 90 days. But he talking.
Yeah, I'm saying when they're ready, when they're able to wrestle. I'm not saying tomorrow. Plus, AEW ain't got shit going on for a minute. Well, I guess. Well, they already building towards Wrestle Dream. You would have to be getting people debuting at a Full Gear or something like that if you're really trying to do that. And I'm assuming, maybe not. Yeah, it may not be enough time for Full Gear.
What's that? October.
Full Gear is usually November. Oh, yeah, that was a trip. So Emma on her Twitter timeline, earlier today, WWE again in the stream of stuff that they announced on this Thursday, they announced that in February they're bringing the Elimination Chamber to Perth, Australia, February 24th, 2024. I think tickets are pre-sale, link is already up and all that. Emma tweets or quote tweets is like, "Oh yeah, a dream come true." An hour later, she tweets out, "Oops, oh, never mind. I just got let go."
That shit is crazy.
That's
oh my god.
That shit's ass, man.
Where was she on Main Event as well? Like, where was she at?
I know she was with whoever the built nigga was. Not son that came out with the guitar, the other nigga.
Riddick Moss, right?
She was with Riddick Moss.
Nigga, I'm thinking.
Yep. Well, that's Madcap Moss. She was Rick Boogs.
Madcap.
I'm thinking you talking about Vin Diesel when you say Riddick.
They haven't used her like they had nothing for her, is what Kelly said.
Nah, they bought her back for that one match against, I think it was Ronda Rousey.
That's right.
And that was that.
Rock is saying that if you were NXT exclusive, it's a 30-day non-complete. So what would that mean for Dana Brooke?
Yeah, she's on both, right?
They'd probably give her the 30.
She's been on NXT. She's been on NXT damn near since WrestleMania almost.
I thought it was longer than that, to be honest with you.
She's been hardcore on NXT for months.
Yeah, that's just trash.
At least throughout the summer. And they're saying Riddick and Emma are engaged IRL. They're planning a wedding, I believe, Chad said earlier. And they both got let go.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. But it's business. Business is business.
Shit is ass.
I guess we got to move on to other stuff, but we'll keep you posted.
Other shit.
Is other shit. We'll keep you posted on more if there's any more WWE releases from over the next week.